Welcome to It's Possible podcast. Today, again, I have an amazing person with me. And if you've been looking to have your own call center, so I can tell you, your mind will be blown today. I have with me Jaquada. Jaquada, please introduce yourself to the people, and then we'll take the conversation from there.
Absolutely. My name is Jaquada Renee. I am the CEO of Virtual Call Center Solutions and the founder of Virtual Call Center University, where we provide the blueprint to launching your virtual call center in 30 days or less.
Okay, so launch your virtual call center in 30 days or less.
Yes.
All right, what is a call center?
So let me give you an example. So if you have ever called into honestly anywhere, so we'll go with a phone bill. Like if you've ever called in for your phone bill or issues with your phone, you were speaking with a representative inside of a call center. And a call center is just simply a hub for customer service agents to be able to answer inbound calls for clients.
That's powerful. Actually, I know a little bit about call center because I used to work in call centers, but I didn't know how you could have your own call center. So you become the boss.
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of people are used to being the worker in a call center and not the owner. And so with me teaching how to open a virtual call center, it has blown people away just to know that they can actually open a call center, and the investment side of it is a lot less than when you're doing a physical location call center.
Okay, so before we get into the good stuff of the call center, let's talk about some good stuff also. So you teach people how to have their own call center. Do you have your own call center?
Yes, so I actually found out, started doing research on call centers in 2021. I did the numbers. I was like, this makes sense. It's amazing. I found a way to get a contract with multiple Fortune 500 companies, but I didn't actually launch until 2023. So 2023, I launched my call center, and I have been able to onboard over 700 agents into my call center to date. Yeah, and I've been able to help over 300 people open their call centers this year. So it's been an amazing journey.
So you have over 700 people working for you.
So they're not all working, right? So
Okay.
some of them, I would say about 5 to 15% of them are working at any given time. So there's two different types of call centers that you can have. So one is the IBO call center. That one I have 700 agents in, and then there's BPO call center, which is the traditional call center that most people are accustomed to. So in that one, I need fewer agents because they're handling the direct contracts. So I don't need as many agents to make a great monthly income.
Wow. So, okay. And you've helped like 300 people to have their own call centers.
Yes, so I have helped over 300 people open their IBO call centers this year. So yeah, that's exciting.
This is exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Don't you know that what I'm saying is that I used to live in the Dominican Republic and there I used to work in call center over there. But my idea was to have my own call center or work from home. So I didn't have to take a bus to go to work or whatever. And it was hard. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. So
Yeah.
imagine you come in someone's life who's staying home and trying to do something, and you tell them, let me tell you this, I can help you have your own call center. You're changing people's lives.
I'm trying to. And not only that, I want to teach people how they can earn a full-time income while working part-time. Because if you have your business set up as a machine and you have automations in place, then now you don't have to do the brunt work and be in the day-to-day operations. Now you can have more freedom. So I'm not only teaching you how to open your call center, but how to build it in a way that most of the brunt work is automated and you can still work part-time and earn a full-time income.
That's the high level for me. Yeah. So okay. All right. So let me summarize. You help people have their own business, their own call center, and they can be anywhere in the world.
Yes, they can be anywhere in the globe. So it's not just restricted to the United States where I'm at. or where we're at.
You're gonna make me move. I'll go to the Caribbean and by the sea, by the beach,
And
and
that's the whole point, right? A work from anywhere business where you can literally travel the world and still earn an income.
all right, all right. So let's talk a little more about call centers. So let's say someone like you. Let's talk about your call center. How do you operate your call center?
So I have two call centers. So the first one, honestly, it's fully automated. Both of them are basically fully automated. So my day-to-day activities in the call center are very minimum. I'm working about 1 to 2 hours on each, on a day-to-day basis. So I'm trying to think. So on the first one, how everything is I actually teach people how to create a AOS system, which is something that I actually created, which is an automated agent onboarding system. So that allows the agents to apply to your call center, get all of their information, go through orientation, and that system is fully automated. And then even when they register and start working, it's still fully automated, right? So you have to do minimal things, and that's because of the system that is provided within that I teach people how to build, and then I also provide.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so why did you decide to get into call center, into that business?
To be honest, so I've been an entrepreneur for 8 years, and I have been a business coach for 5 years. And last the 2022, I was like, you know what, God, I'm just going to focus on what I want to do, right? Because a lot of times we get distracted with helping other people build their businesses, and then we still haven't done what we wanted to do or walked in our purpose. So I did the numbers, and I was like, I just want to help people find work from home jobs so they can provide for their families, and that's all I'm going to do. So that's how I thought it was going to start off, and that's what I decided to do. 2 weeks into launching, I was already creating a course and teaching other people how to open their call centers because I got so many messages like, "How do you do this? How did you do this? Can you teach me how to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." So it became its own. It became its own thing.
You're a genius. Did you have someone to teach you, or you found out on your own? You discovered it on your own.
No, I didn't have anyone to teach me. So I learned specifically about a certain method of opening a call center because my niece was hired by one in 2021. And she was very excited. And she was like, "Hey, I get to work from home, create my own schedule, and pick my own client." And I was like, "How do you do that?" And she's a single mom. So I was excited for her, but I was more excited on the business side. Like, how do you do that? So I was like, peering over her shoulder every time she had to do a call and just trying to get information that way. So that's kind of how I found out about it. And then I did do some research online, but there wasn't a lot of research online about how to open a virtual call center. And then the information that I was finding, it wasn't detailed. It was just like an overview. So a lot of it was trial and error.
Wow. So if someone wants to open a big call center, having 1,000 people working for them in a site, let's say in the DR in Haiti somewhere, are you able to help that person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what I have learned throughout my journey is that so I started off doing a business model, which was the first one that I found out about was the IBO cost center. In that model, we're not actually operating as a cost center, but as a staffing agency for a cost center. So in the beginning, I wasn't educated on that, and that's the one that I have 700 agents in. As time went on, I learned how to actually start operating as a true call center and how to onboard your own clients. So what I will say is that what I've learned is that you don't need a lot of agents to make great money. You can have 5 agents and still bring in 10K a month
Wow. With 5 agents?
with 5 agents. Yeah, you don't necessarily need a lot of agents. You more so need clients, right? So it's about marketing to the right industry and finding the right clients. And then, but as far as the agents, what I've learned is that we don't need a lot of agents to be successful.
Oh wow. I was thinking that the way you make money in call center is by agent by hour. So by the hour they work, you make a percentage of whatever they make per hour, and that's what you make. Is there any other way to make money in call center?
Yeah, so with that model, that's really operating as the first model that I was talking about, like a staffing agency, right? Where you are making some income off of the individual as they work. But to operate as a true call center, you don't necessarily have to do that, and you're going to make money off of acquiring the clients and the contracts because the clients need the customer service, right? They need someone to the answering service for someone to answer their calls and to provide exceptional customer service, so you're going to make money off of that and not necessarily the agents.
Could you talk to me a little bit more about that? Because I still cannot understand it.
Yeah. So I'll just give you an example of IBO versus BPO, right? So with IBO,
Okay.
which was a staffing company, and the first one I opened, the way that we made money or make money is by charging a service fee. So we give the agents access to the clients, and they are independent agents up under a call center. And then we charge them a service fee that will cover our personnel, our payroll costs, um, and our software costs, things like that, like our business operations, right? And it's a small service fee that they're paying, but it's the only thing that's coming out of their pay. So they're 1099 contractors, so there's not any taxes or anything coming out. It's only a service fee. So on that model, that's how you would be getting paid for the agents, or off of the agents, which is what you were referring to. Like, how do you
Mm-hmm.
make money off of the agents? But on the BPO side, which when you're operating as a true call center, you are making money off of the clients. So the clients are paying you a certain fee based off of the contract you have with them and based off of their call volume. And then you are just hiring agents to be readily available to take those calls as they come in.
Okay. So these agents, they work directly for the client or they work for you?
No matter what, the agents will still work directly for you, not directly for the client. So you're just
Okay.
providing access to the client, but they don't have any direct contracts or anything with the clients.
Okay. So, but they're 1099.
Yes. So with the IBO side, yes, they are 1099. When you go and you start operating as a true call center, then they can be 1099 or W-2, whichever you would prefer. And it's really based off of how you would like to set up your business.
Yeah. Wow.
I know it's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm speechless here because that's powerful. That you can do something like that and helping so many people.
Yeah. And I don't think that people understand how big the call center industry is and how much growth is going to happen within the call center industry. So I really want to just tell as many people as possible so that they can get in, because this is truly a business that you can build your legacy around and something you can hand down to the next generation, and that
Yeah.
can provide you with financial freedom. So that's why I really love this, because it's such a simple business model. We just don't know about it. There's no one talking about how to tap into the telecommunications industry in this way.
Wow. Let's say someone in Africa is listening to you right now and they want to open their own call center in Africa or in the Philippines.
Yes.
How can you help them?
So all they have to do is look me up on any social media, Jaquada Renee, and they will be able to. My information is linked in every bio that I have, so they'll be able to go ahead and book a free discovery call with me, where I will help them come up with a strategy, and we'll go over what it looks like for them as far as opening a virtual call center. And then if they would like to work with me, then they can. If not, then they still have a plan and they can go ahead and implement it on their own or find someone else that can help them implement it.
Powerful. Yeah. So I'm kind of speechless here because all the time I spent working in call center, if I had that knowledge, I wouldn't spend all that time. More than 10 years working in call center. I work for all these companies around
Wow.
here. So, and here you are now talking about opening your own call center. And it's not just having a job at home. You work how
Exactly.
many hours a day? Like 1 hour a day to set it up and then it's automated. Talk to me about the automation of this, please.
Yeah. So what I always tell my mentees or potential mentees is that you want to be able to designate at least 4 hours a day to your business. If you can do that, then you'll be absolutely fine. And then I'm going to teach you how to build the automations around it. So most people don't know about automations, and automations could be as simple as I'll give you an example. So if you have to repeatedly send the same email out over and over again and nothing changes, so you're basically copying and pasting, that's something we need to add an automation in. And a lot of people don't know that that's even possible, or that you should be doing automation. They don't know what to automate. So
Hmm.
anything that you are consistently doing over a time period and there's no change in it, then that's something we can automate. So everything that doesn't take a live person to do any changes to, we are automating, and most of that is the onboarding process. So once everything is onboarded, then that's when the live representatives come into play, and they're doing the work on that side, right? So we're just monitoring them, and that's where the 1 to 2 hours a day comes in.
Wow. Okay. So what type of skills somebody needs to do something like that?
What I will say is they need to be self-motivated. You do need to
Okay.
have self-discipline. You have to have a big why, because life is still going to life. And a lot of people think that doing a business is easy. And even though you'll have all of these automations, you still have a learning curve, right? So you still have to get used to things and learn the lingo of the industry that you're integrating in. But as long as you're self motivated and you have some level of discipline, and you have a big why that'll keep you pushing regardless of any obstacles, you'll be fine. I actually teach everyone how to do everything from step one. So even if you're a new entrepreneur, you're going to be fine. I give you a whole business 101 program to go through, where we show you exactly how to register your business, how to get your business profile set up, and then we go into the call center industry learning.
Got it. So talk to me about the difficulties that someone can find in the process of doing that.
Um, what I will say is, what I've learned is that the most difficult part is you.
Mm.
It's you as the individual, because a lot of people don't want to be uncomfortable, right? And they shy
Okay.
away from things that they are not comfortable with or that are foreign to them. And that's when we need to lean in and actually learn that new skill. So that's another thing that you would need, is the willingness to learn, right? A lot of times we are just unwilling to learn and to change. And that's the biggest obstacle. Everything else is a strategy. So you can learn the strategy, but if you're going to be your worst enemy. So a
Mm.
lot of what we go through too on our coaching calls is gaining the mindset to become a great CEO, because you're operating a business that will earn 6 and 7 figures a year. So you have to evolve as a person so that you can grow into that role.
For sure. Because yeah, the person may be their own barrier, right?
Yes.
So you have a lot of personal development in your course.
Absolutely. I do not skip that. That's the first thing. Before we talk about anything else, let's talk about how are we going to get ourselves together and get daily habits, because those daily habits are going to help you become the better person, and it's also going to help you with discipline, right? And thinking positive, because a lot of times people have started businesses or they try, and they are still bringing on that baggage with them when they start a new venture, and they have that self doubt, even though they're not saying it out loud. They still have that self doubt. They have those insecurities. So we're going to dive in deep into that first before we even get started, because that's really the most important part. We've all had a lot of opportunities that if we didn't get in the way or we didn't quit, we could have been successful. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to overcome ourselves first, and then the business is easy. It's easy, right? It's not that it's not hard work. The hardest hard work is on yourself though, and that's
Work on
usually what we try to
yourself.
avoid. Yeah, we try to avoid that the most.
Powerful. So let's say a head of state is listening to you right now, right? In underdeveloped country where they're trying to find jobs for their people, right? And they say, man, that's a great opportunity to create some call centers in my country. Is it something you can help them with?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So opening a call center is a global industry. So in by 2040, the call center industry is going to be at like 740 billion, right? So it's steadily growing. So this is a good time to get in and get your business established, and then start to grow and scale it, because you'll be in a great position to take advantage of all the growth coming to this industry in the next 5 to 7 years. But absolutely, any country you're able to do this. And in fact, we leverage the global workforce because the labor globally is a lot cheaper than in the US, right? So you're able to
Yeah.
leverage that. So if you're already in a country where the labor is cheaper, then you'll be absolutely fine, and you can still get clients in the US and take advantage of the cheaper labor.
Wow. Okay. So maybe you have not have had a case like this before, but do you believe that a client would accept for their employees to be outside of the U.S.?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you will have some clients that will prefer a certain demographic or a U.S. representative, right? But you will have a lot of clients that they don't necessarily have a concern about that. They just want to make sure that their clients, when they call in, there's no calls missed, and that they're getting amazing customer service. So, and all you have to do, and what I've learned, is just be transparent. Right. If you be transparent with the clients and you ask them specifically and you tell them, like, hey, we have US agents and we have agents in other countries, do you have a preference? If you give them that choice, they'll let you know. Most of them don't have a preference at all. um, and then you can do that. But yeah, I have not had any issues with any clients saying, hey, I just don't want anyone from another country whatsoever, right? You'll
Oh,
still have
wow.
to do that. Even if you're in another country, you can still hire a US representative, so it works both ways.
Oh, wow. That's, man, no, that's big. It is
Absolutely.
because in my mind right now, what's happening is seeing all of these people with great skills, and they don't have a job. They live in a place where they cannot get a job, and you come and you help them. It's not like you help them build a business. You give them a job to feed
Exactly.
their family. It's like it's not just a business. It sounds like a type of ministry or something like that.
Yeah, this has been the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. And it is because you are able to help people provide for their family. So it's not the same as like providing a product per se, or something that they need to use, or they may not even need at all, but maybe they want. This is something that everyone needs. Everyone needs income. And then on the other side, when you're helping your clients, you're helping them grow and sustain their business, because the clients are their customers, are their lifeblood, the blood of their business, right? So they want to make sure that their customers are taken care of. So on both ends, we're making sure that we are providing exceptional service and income for other people, whether it's the agents or the clients that we're servicing and their customers.
Wow, that's powerful. So let me ask you a personal question now. Where did you get that drive, that discipline for you to make this happen on your own for yourself?
Um, I think it was like a perfect storm of things that happened to me over a long period of time. So I've always been like a
No, I
go-getter.
won't take that. I won't take the long period of time.
I've always been a go-getter, and I've always wanted to build a business that would help me secure the legacy of my family. That's always been the driving force for me, is to secure the legacy of my family. My family has a large background in dealing with drugs or selling drugs and going into the prison systems and things like that. So from a young age, I've always wanted to be able to build a business and have that security, so that not only I can take care of myself, but my entire family, because I have 7 brothers and 3 sisters and over a
Wow.
hundred nieces and nephews, right? So I always wanted to be that beacon for them, to let them know that
Mm,
you don't have to do certain things. Like, even though some of us did that, it was because we didn't know we had any other choice. I want them to know that they have another choice and there's another path. And I also want to secure my mother's legacy. So that's been my driving force. That's my why.
mm. Wow, that's powerful. This is really powerful because on the other side of it, where you help people with getting jobs, building their business, this is good.
Hmm.
It's amazing. But as I'm listening to your story right now, there is another side of it that's even more amazing to me because you become a message. It's not just about the business where you can make money, you help other people make money, but you are a message of hope.
Yeah. You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, you're a
That's the
message of
goal.
hope where you tell people, may there is another way.
Yeah, that's the goal. Is to let people know that they have another way, and even the agents, I'm always telling them because they get the opportunity to create their own schedule and get their freedom back, their time back, right? So in a traditional job setting, you don't get to pick your schedule. You have to get whatever schedule is provided to you, right? Um, but when you get your freedom back and your time back, now you can really sit down and think about what do I want to do? Because a lot of us, we're just in survival mode and we're doing what we have to do because the bills are
Yeah,
coming and they come on time every month, right?
yeah,
They don't, yeah, they don't give us any leeway. So we're doing what we have to do and we're just in this rat race and we never have enough time to sit down. But when we get into these opportunities and we get our time back, now we can really think about what do I really want to do with my life? Where do I really want to go? And that's, I think that's the most powerful thing that we offer and this business offers on all sides.
wow. You are a message, you know? Because I'm thinking about a mom that has 3 kids, 4 kids at home, and they got to go to school. She has to wait for them to come back from school. She can't work.
Yeah.
She cannot give herself the luxury of having a job of 8-hour shift because kids are coming back from school. She has to be home. And think about the depression that comes with that
Yes.
when she's looking at herself that she's not producing anything. And here you come.
I was that mom before. I was that mom before.
Wow.
So, and I've watched my sisters be that mom. So, yeah.
Would you mind talk a little more about that story about you being a mom at home with your kids?
Yeah, so I have a 18-year-old. She's in college now. Yeah,
18-year old.
yeah, I have an 18-year-old. She's in college now. I was actually a teen mom, or well, yeah, I was actually a teen mom. So I had her when I graduated from high school. She was 3 months, so I had this 3-month-old baby with me on my hip. Once I, in all my graduation pictures. Which I feel like everything happens for a reason. So that also gave me more of a bigger why. Like, what am I really going to do with my life? I need to find something, find my purpose. Um, but yeah, being a mom is hard, and that was one of the things that I found most rewarding when I first started is that I got because I used to do live orientations with my agents, and I got the opportunity to hear their stories, and a lot of them are stay-at-home moms, and even the individuals in my program 95% of them are stay-at-home moms and they are trying to secure their legacy for their family, and they're just trying to find a way of how can I find something that I can do which won't take me away from being with my family. How can I find something that'll do both? And that's why I was so focused on showing them how they can work part-time and still earn a full-time income, because everybody's goals are different. Everyone doesn't need to make $10,000 a month. Some people are just like, I'm okay with making two, three, $4,000 a month. How can I do that and not have to give all of my time to someone else's business where I'm now exhausted and depleted and I don't even want to deal with my family?
Yeah,
Because I've been with that. I've been that mom where I'm like, I have to go to this job. I hate it. And then you have to build up all this energy to get to the job and to do the
yeah.
job, and you get home and all you want to do is go to sleep, but you have your kids and their needs and they want to
They
talk to
need
you about
you.
their day. Yeah, and then you have to feed them, you got to cook dinner, and if you have a spouse, that's a whole nother level of care that you have to do. um so yeah, I've been that mom, and I've watched my sisters be that mom, and I've lost my mom when I was younger. So my mom passed away when I was 12. So my
Wow.
sisters were
I'm
my
sorry to
mother.
hear
I
that.
was my grandmother. Thank you. Thank you. Um,
Oof.
yeah, I told you it's been a lot of stuff over a long period of time that just helped me become the person that I am today.
I won't take the long period of time, but what I have found out in my career as a coach and a speaker and getting to know people is whoever you see doing great things, it's because they have been through certain things.
Absolutely.
And I was reading the book Think and Grow Rich. It says that every adversity brings with it the seed of an equivalent success. So inside of your adversities, there is a seed of success. If you know how to plant the seed, to develop, to water your seed, as far as you have gone in the negative part of it, as high as you can go in the positive
Mm,
side of things. And you are a living proof of this as you're talking right now. And I'm just discovering what you do, and man, you are powerful. And now your story can change a country, a whole generation. You see, in many angles. Because talking about a young girl who made a mistake, whatever, and has a child, and you see them around on the street, they use that story, or they let that story use them to be on the street, to be like useless, I would say. But you took the same story, you don't let the story use you, you use that story to do something great.
yeah,
Talk
yeah,
to some of these young girls, please. Tell them something.
yeah. So what I had to learn, and it's actually one of my dreams at some point, is to go into create some type of organization or program for teen moms, because stuff happens, right? And it doesn't mean that it's the end of your life. And I know when I first got pregnant, so many people were like, "You're not going to be anything. This is going to be so hard for you. You should abort the baby. You should do."
Wow.
Everyone has their opinions on what you should do to secure your future. And I was just like, no, this is a blessing. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we can't. And God never tell. God says that, if you have a baby, it's a blessing. He didn't say it would be the perfect circumstances.
Yeah.
Um, and we just have to dive deep into ourselves and really think about, like, once you have another life, you're responsible for them. It's no longer about you. And you can be a victim. It's absolutely possible. But how long do you plan to be a victim? How long are you
Mm.
going to let that story be your story? Because at any time we have the power to change it, and I think that's something that a lot of people, they just don't have the support. So when I was a teen mom, I did have some support. It wasn't always the support that I felt like I needed or the support that I wanted, but I had a level of support, and more importantly, I knew that I had God on my side. And I knew that if He gave me this child, He would find a way for me to provide for this child. But I had to get out of my own way. I couldn't sit back and have a pity party for myself. I
Mm.
had to go out into the world and actively pursue something. And I think that's what happens, is that a lot of times we say, that we're praying to God and we believe in Him and we have faith in Him, but we don't do the work. And faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
We have to do something. It's not He's not going to just make it happen out of thin air.
That's
Like, you
right.
have to do something. And the next steps, He will then go ahead and um, He'll open up doors as you go, but you have to take the first step. You have to take the first step. And most people, they're just scared to take the first step. And they don't have the support. So I want people to be, my goal is to, in the future, to be able to do speaking engagements and to speak directly with teen moms and let them know that it's not the end of the world. Like, you do have other options. It is possible. And to be that beacon of hope for them, and that example for them.
Amen. Yes. So, yeah, that's powerful. You know what interests me the most is the story part. I was really excited with the money part of it,
Yeah.
but the your story is even more powerful than what you're doing on the other side of it, helping other people getting a job or no creating their own business and creating their own call center. So I would say it's possible for anyone to have their own call center.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping you from opening a call center. There's no a lot of people, even your background, right? So sometimes people think like, well, I have a background, like I have something legally that I've done in the past. It's not going to stop me. And what I will tell you is that as a business owner, nobody's checking your background. It's only as an employee that they do
You
background checks.
check people's background.
Yeah, no, on employees, you check backgrounds, right? But if you wanted to do a business and you had some legal issues in the past, you're still able to do that if you wanted to open a call center because, and I think that deters a lot of people also. And I just wanted to put that out there because I have a lot of family members that have a record, including myself. I have things on my record from the past that I'm not proud of, but it didn't stop me from being a business owner because when you're a business owner, no one is saying, "Let me see your background check."
You're the
It's
one who
only when you're
checks.
an
The
employee.
other one who checks people's background.
Yeah, I do check people's background. Only on the employee side.
Wow, that's powerful. This is amazing. Now, what is your message to someone who says, "Man, that sounds really good, but I don't think this is for me"? What would you tell them?
What I would tell them is that whether you think it is for you or whether you think it is not for you, you're right.
Okay, that's
You're
powerful.
right.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it goes back to your beliefs, right? And that's why I say the first thing we have to do is personal development because we do have that level of doubt or that level of fear. Um, and it's really just fear. So if you decide to let fear make you have that belief, then there's nothing that I can say to convince you otherwise. Whatever you believe is true.
It is, yeah.
You do have the power to remove that belief and replace it with something that actually serves you. Because the belief that it's not for you, does that actually serve you? And if you do feel like it's not for you, then what is? Like now let's dive deep into the journey of yourself and what is for you. What do you really want to do? And what I will tell people is that no one wakes up and is like, I want to be a call center owner. I didn't even know this was a thing, right? So it wasn't like on my
Yeah.
Christmas list or I wasn't praying to God, like, God, I want to open this call center business one day. It was just something, an opportunity that I found out about. And I was like, this is amazing. It's going to give me the income that I want. So, and it'll fund what I really want, my passions, right? And it'll give me the time to do my passions and pursue those. So, a lot of times we're looking at business the wrong way. You don't have to do a business that is your, or it doesn't have to be your passion, but will it give you the income to pursue your passion? Will it give you the time and the freedom to pursue your passion? If that's the case, then it might be for you.
Powerful. Do you have any of your clients, if I can call them clients, the people you help, making, let's say, five figure a month? When I say five figure, talking about 10,000 or whatever dollars a month or something like that. Oh, I would ask you, what is the level of success have you seen as you're doing that?
Right. So in my program in the beginning, we were only doing the IBO cost center side of that. So with that, the program is built to help you launch your business in 30 days or less, and then acquire your contract with the Fortune 500 companies, right? And then grow the business. So what I will say is that I don't actually ask my mentees what their income is. Some of them share it willingly, and then other ones is private, right? It's a private matter. I'm not going to delve into that because I don't want, a lot of people don't want people to know what they're making because they're afraid that the floodgates of asking for stuff is going to happen.
That's right.
But what I will tell you is this: I've had mentees who have been featured on the news because of their success. I have mentees who have made 5 figures, 10, $20,000 months. I have mentees who have, more importantly, became a better version of themselves, and they have become empowered. And now they have a platform. Like, I teach you not only to open a business, but if you would like to learn how to have a platform and an audience that loves you, I teach you how to do that too. So I have mentees who have went from being shy, camera shy, like no self esteem, very beaten down, to now they're a whole different version of themselves in just a 30-day period because of the development side of the program. And that allows them to not only build this call center, but to start pursuing their passions. And now they also have an audience that is ready and willing to pay for their other services and products. So I'm not just teaching you one business, I'm teaching you how to become a better version of yourself. So, but to answer your question directly, yes, I have mentees that have had 5 figure months, and they're doing amazing. I also have mentees who have been featured on the news in their own cities, and I have mentees who have, like, literally changed into different, better versions of themselves. And those are the ones that I'm most proud of, the ones that have done the personal development work, because that's what matters.
That's amazing. So they have time, they have money. What else will
Exactly.
stop them?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I would spend the whole day talking to you. Cause yeah,
I don't know. You'll keep making me cry.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's amazing what you're saying. And I hope more people listen to your message, right? Because in every angle, you're helping people, every angle of life, and what this is what the world needs, right? So, do you go around and speak in places if someone wants to call you to speak somewhere? Do you have anything in place for you to go and speak?
So it's funny that you said that. I don't, but I literally was just starting to put things in place because that is one of my goals, is to go and do speaking engagements. So if you want me to speak somewhere, please send me an email or something, or send me a DM on social media. I would love to. Um, I do get a lot of joy from just sharing my story and helping others develop into better versions of themselves. I actually have a women empowerment group also. So yeah, I would love to do speaking engagements. I haven't as of yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
Powerful. So, what is there anything I didn't ask? Because by not knowing, I don't know what I don't know. Is there anything that you wanted to share that I didn't ask you about?
Um, let's see. Anything we didn't share? I think we kind of went over a lot of stuff, like from my story to the business side to the mentees and their successes. The only thing that I would share, and I feel like it's very powerful, and it's something that I had to learn, is that no matter what business you do, find you a coach or a mentor, not just a course, but a coach or a mentor that has
Yeah.
been where you're trying to go, so that they can help you avoid some of those missteps, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
help you save time and get to your destination quicker. I had to learn the hard way. It took me 8 years to be an entrepreneur. Well, 5 years to be an entrepreneur before I started to seek out coaches. I wish I would have done that faster, because I would have been here faster.
That's true.
So that would be my advice: is find you a coach or a mentor and get into their community and really lean into that. Don't try to suffer alone or do it alone when you have so many resources available to you now.
Powerful. There is no other way I could end this because if I tell you, I would spend the whole day talking to you. I know you have more. You have more to share with the people, but I will let them ask questions. So based on the questions they have, I will please ask you to come back to the show so that you can answer their questions. And hopefully we can do a live event together. If
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love.
because your message will change a lot of people's lives. There is no doubt with that. So you were born for this, and every adversity that you had in your life, it was preparing you for that moment, right? So now it's your time to shine, right? Your time to bring people, to help them, and to push them. Whatever you have to do, it's your time to do that. So I believe this. I'm honored to have you on my show, and I would really love to have you back here again, and so I can be part of this message that you have to help so many people and maybe countries, right, that may listen to you right now. And I'm saying this because I know, like I will give you an example of Dominican Republic where I used to be. Over there, there are a lot of call centers, and it really helps the country. You know why?
Mm,
Because when they take someone from the U.S., they deport them
mm,
to the country. This person who used to work here in the US, they go to a small country where they cannot have a job. So
mm,
what the only thing they can do is to take the streets, all right? Weapon and streets, whatever they have to do to make the money. Because they used to have their own cars, they used to have money. So they get to a country where there is nothing like this. So they have to find a way to make it happen. But with the call centers, they have a job. It
yeah.
reduces crime in the country. It reduces a lot of things, negative things in the country. So we're not talking about a family. We're not talking about a person. We're talking about the whole country.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
The community impact is amazing that you'll have
yeah,
with this business. You're absolutely
yes,
right.
powerful. Well, Jaquada, thank you so much for being on the show. Any
Thank
last word you want to share with the people today before we end?
Oh no, I just want to thank you. I appreciate you inviting me to be on the show. This was amazing. You had me sharing stuff that I haven't shared with anyone. So kudos to you. And yeah, I hope that this does change lives. And if I anything, it inspires someone to go out and pursue what they really want to pursue.
Thank you so much, Jaquada. So we will stay in touch. Thank you,
Okay.
everybody, for watching the video today. I hope you find some value with this. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with somebody else so you can help us change lives. Thank you. It's possible.